Hello, obviously I'm not in my room, I am on spring break, and I am done with formation. Kind of. Hello and welcome to the Deacon Year, a weekly show about the life of at least one transitional deacon preparing to become a Catholic priest. I'm Deacon Kyle. As my friend Deacon Matt said last week, many of us were voted on to be approved for holy orders by our faculty last week. What that meant for us was that a certain process, a final process actually, began to come into play. First, we each had to write a handwritten petition for holy orders to be sent back to our diocese. In this petition, we reaffirmed our commitment, our desire, and our intent to be a priest for our respective home diocese. And this idea of petition calls to mind what I said previously, is that the holy orders, the priesthood, is not something to be taken. It's something that we ask for. It's a gift that we receive. Then, after completing this petition, we had to meet with our rector of the seminary for one final evaluation, one last meeting, in which there was a little interview with him asking about our readiness, our preparation. Also, we got down to some fine points and signed some pretty serious documents and statements. For instance, reaffirming my belief in everything that the Catholic Church teaches, which makes sense since I'm supposed to be an ordained minister of the church. And also reaffirming that I do this willingly, out of my own free will. And something struck me when the rector finished up the meeting with me. He said, "Kyle, thank you for making the most out of formation. Thank you for making the most out of formation." And that really struck me, because it occurred to me is that my formation officially is over, because that a final vote of recommending me for holy orders for priesthood really, in a sense, is the last official act of the seminary faculty, who has been training me, forming me for these past 4 years here in DC. So, okay, what am I doing now? I guess I'm working for bonus points, right? And as a friend of mine said, I'm all growing edged out. This idea of the growing edge is always something that has to be improved, right? Another friend said, I think in his first year seminary, that the formation in seminary is probably one of the hardest things you can do in your life, because you have to look squarely in the face of your own weakness and your own deficiencies and do something about it. And in the face of the high task, the high calling of being a priest, of dealing with things of not only life and death, but immortality, it's really heavy. And to be able to face that weakness and own it, but then with the grace and help of God work through that, it is a very arduous process. Still, there comes a time where formation in seminary has to end. And that's kind of where we are as deacons, that we have reached this point in our formations that we've probably got all we can get reasonably out of the seminary. However, that's not to say that formation ends. There's this sense that formation is ongoing. We have to keep learning. We have to keep adapting to whatever new situations we will encounter as priests. We've all been growing edged out in the seminary, but once we plant our roots in the new soil of our ministry in our own diocese, in specific parishes, in the lives of new people, new frontiers will be open to us. And this reminds me of a phrase that's at the top of the main entrance of our seminary. It's in Latin. It says, "Providentia Dei nos providebit." Translated in English means, "The providence of God will provide for us." For me, entering to the seminary, this idea of God's providence providing for us, was very helpful for me to really take advantage of this sense of formation. God has sent me to this place to be formed here, and through whatever mysterious ways He has in mind. However, I think going out those doors, in a sense for the last time as a seminarian at the end of this year, those words even have more meaning. That as I go out into this relative unknown, outside of the structure of seminary, that God's providence will provide for me, for us, my fellow ministers and soon-to-be God-willing priests. Well, it's spring break. I'll go get this video edited and uploaded, and I will try to take it easy. Get a leg up on some schoolwork, do some research, practice for the Easter proclamation, also called the Exultet, which I will be singing for the Easter Vigil at my parish. So formation may be officially over, but there's still a lot to go on. Okay, take care. Bye.